Hey everybody, I'm Odin, and today we are playing Veterum, or Veterum, or Waterum, I don't know. This is a demo, which has a surprising amount of content and replayability for a demo, and it's a turn-based tactics game. It's kind of like a Battle Brothers type of game, not exactly, but kind of. It also has some elements of a classic game, Battle for Wesnoth, that I've noticed as well. And I've just played for, maybe an hour or so, and the game is really cool. It's really cool, so I figured, let's play it for a little bit on a couple videos and just kind of see what we can do here. So what I'm going to do is just go to a new game, and when you start out, this determines the identity of like your main, I guess your leader, your commander, whatever you want to call him. So you can be a scribe, where you learn quickly and can teach others, but you're not a good fighter. You can be a novice, where discipline and self-control have become second nature and meditation has become a habit. You could be a breeder or something, which is a duelist, and you're good at close combat, but magic is not available to you. You can be a vagrant, and basically you are not afraid of the hardships of camp life. I don't know exactly what that does. Or you can be a minstrel, and basically you're capable of inspiring people to exploits. So, morale is a thing, so I'm sure that has a lot to do with morale there. This is, of course, if you want to focus on close combat. Here, I'm assuming this has a lot to do with magic, hence the meditation thing. And I'm assuming this has a lot to do with maybe an increased XP gain. I don't know any of this for sure. What I did when I played before, I did Vagrant, because I just figured this would help in terms of, like, I don't know, maybe, healing the party or something like that. I don't know, or like having food. I don't think food is a thing, though. So I honestly don't know what to choose, and I don't know what to recommend. I'd like to just choose the close combat, but I also want access to magic, so I don't want to... And here's the thing, I'm pretty sure you can recruit units that can use magic, but I guess just your leader or your commander won't be able to use it. I don't think this means that, you can't do it at all. But, just because this is what I've done, I just don't really know. I kind of want to go with Vagrant again, but we'll probably just end up going with, you know what, let's just go with Vagrant. Right? Like I said, I have no idea what it really does, but there you go. Alright, here you can select your difficulty and see how it modifies different elements of the game. I'm just going with normal here. I'm not trying to impress anybody. And also you can change your difficulty levels at any time, so that's cool. Alright, so you get this little story starter here. A month ago, a star fell far to the west. Everyone felt the earth shake, including the dwarves and their dungeons. The streets of the cities were instantly flooded with false prophets. A couple weeks later, the first disturbing news began to arrive. The Turans were gathering into a horde. The Turans are like orcs, by the way. Soon, ghosts and reanimated dead began to be seen near ancient burial grounds. My name is Edward. I'm an interrogator of the Order of the Gatekeepers. Our job is to protect the people. Alright, so then we got a little more flavor here. And this has, I'm guessing this has to do with the person you choose? But at the same time, I'm curious, this might be the same no matter what, no matter who you choose. Alright, and so anyway, you can read that. I don't want to turn this into a visual novel video here, so we're just going to kind of skip through this. So now we are looking at the game itself, and we're going to have these tutorial things pop up, and I'm not going to turn them off. I want you to be able to see this stuff. So just really quickly though, controlling the game is done with left mouse button. Right mouse button views detailed information about units or the terrain. You can zoom in and out. So it's going to pop up a few more as we go here. So it's going to point out your units, your main character, Edward. This over here, obviously, with the red circles are the enemies. The characteristics of the selected unit are in the box here in the bottom left. And then potions, skills, and spells are going to be along the bottom right there. And here it says to win you need to destroy all the enemies, and you can see that is the objective for this particular mission. So another one pops up now, and this is going to tell you about attack range. And that's the red outline around the hexagons. I can attack anywhere in there with this selected character. Also, this shows you which direction your character is pointing. When you look at these, you know what? Let's just close this and I'll explain it. Okay, so right now I have Edward selected. This 4 means that if I move here, I will have 4 action points left. I will have 3 left to 1. Also, the color. If it's green, means when I move here, I'll have enough action points to still move and attack. Yellow means I'll still be able to attack. Red means I won't be able to do anything, basically. So where are my action points? Well, again, we have Edward selected right here. Here's your action points right here. And it tells you the movement, the change of gaze direction, you know, that takes 1. So every time you move, it takes 1, or if you change your direction that you're facing, it takes 1 action point. If there is an enemy in the neighboring hex, then it costs 2, that movement. 3 is how much it costs to attack, so you got to remember that. And it costs 4 action points to use skills or spells or potions. And then as you can see here, if a unit that has action points is attacked, he gets +2 to evasion, but he'll lose an action point. And your unspent action points are transformed into stamina. Other things here. Health. Right here you have your morale. So when morale is more than 35, the unit receives a +1 to accuracy, +1 to strength, and +1 to evasion. So you absolutely wish and want your morale to be above 35. And when it's less than 15, you get the penalties instead of the bonuses. And then, of course, you get routed if it goes to 0. And as you can see, there's a list of things that will increase or decrease your morale. Right here you have your stamina. Same kind of thing. If it's less than 50%, you get some debuffs. If it's less than 25%, it's even worse. Every turn, you get 3 back. And as you can see, when you get attacked, you lose 1. If you use a spell, you lose 2. On and on and on. Right here is mana, obviously, for spells. So, also this tells you the race of the character right here. And then this is what really reminds me of Wesnoth. Has to do with the illumination. Up here on the top right, you can see what time of day it is. It's day. So units with day vision receive bonuses to accuracy and evasion. Now, that's not across the board. That has to do also with the illumination on a particular hex. So the individual hexes can have different illuminations despite the time of day. Like they can be in shadow or really lit up, things like that. So obviously during the day, if you have day vision, you got bonuses. And if you have night vision, you have penalties. This dude right here, his vision is day. Right? And then it just tells you that each hex has an illumination level. And it's decided by both the hour, but it can also be overridden by light sources like campfires, fires, and the illumination unit trait. And there's 3 levels of illumination: bright, shaded, and dark. And you can see all the different values there and what changes. So if you like a lot of detail in your turn-based tactics, you are going to love this game, because as you can see, there's all kinds of things going on here. So over here, you have your attributes for the selected character: strength, accuracy, right? Here is your range. Here is your armor. Here is your evasion rating. And then here is your magical resistance. And now up here, these are traits. So swimming, this dude can move on water hexes, and he also has slash damage protection 1. So he will suffer 1 less damage from attacks of units with a slash type of damage. Now we can get even more information in just a second by right-clicking on him, but real quick, these are his abilities. He's got a throwing knife. It costs 4 action points, 4 stamina, as you can see. The range is 4. Gut shot. A successful hit will wear 7 stamina off, I guess, the defender, in addition to damage. And this is kind of cool. Break glass. It destroys all the potions that the enemy has and causes bleeding for 3 turns. So anyway, if I right-click on him, we're going to see all that stuff that we already saw. But you'll also see their mood, which is their morale. The visibility. So this has to do with... Well, this is interesting, actually. It says the characteristic of an army consists of the visibility of all its units. The more visible an army is, the more likely it is to be ambushed on the world map. So that's an interesting mechanic. This is the unit daily salary. Their salary increases by 10% whenever they get a new level. And this has to do with your relations, attitudes towards humans, elves, dwarves, Turans, undead, and monsters. And then over here, how many of these have you killed, that kind of thing. Here's your total XP. This is the type of damage you do. Over here is where you can put items. Like there's like an armor slot and a weapon slot. Over here is where you put your potions. And then you have your different abilities that go here. And this is a list of all your different traits and characteristics, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so again, I can do this, whenever I switch to a different character, I can left click to see all their information here. I can right click to see if they're carrying anything, all that type of stuff. And also, you can zoom in and out. So this is max zoom out right here, and this is max zoomed in. You can use WASD to move. And I really like the art style. I really do. I really like the map. I like the moving trees. Makes the map feel alive. It's pretty cool. So we can take a quick look at the enemies over here. So we can right-click on them. This dude is a brigand. He can swim, and he has quick attack. So for one attack, it only costs 2 action points instead of 3 like it does for us. Also, we can see his armor and his accuracy, magic resistance, how much damage they're going to do. Also, if we just left-click, it doesn't change this in the bottom left, so you got to right-click to see this stuff. And the War Dog here, this is interesting. So they have strength in numbers. For each ally with this feature within 2 hexes, the unit gains +1 accuracy, +1 evasion. And this is cool. He's short. So units without mounted shooting can shoot through the unit. When someone shoots over a unit, they don't count as a hindrance. For short, shooters is a common hindrance. Right? So in other words, when you're shooting at someone or something, if there are intervening characters in the way, it affects your accuracy. But if they're short, you can shoot over them. Unless you're short, that kind of thing. Less chance of getting injured. He can immobilize you for 1 turn by having a successful attack. Can't use equipment. And they're fast healing. So most of these dudes are just brigands. Right? We got basically 4 brigands. We got that. Also, you'll notice, what is this? Cornflower dust, a resource that can be sold in towns. So if you want to collect it, your unit must stand on a hex with it, but it does disappear after 3 turns. It can be destroyed. It is flammable. Cannot be pushed. So let's get this started, shall we? I've been talking for a really long time, but we had to kind of get the basics cleared so you can kind of, relax now and kind of see how things work. So here's what we are going to do. I want to get my archers into a decent position here. And we got to remember, line of sight is the thing. If there's trees on the way, we're not going to be able to shoot people. I probably want to move an archer probably out here so he can see in this way. So we're going to move this dude here. And just so you can check real quick, mounted shooting, so he can shoot through other units with a -2 penalty to accuracy for each unit in the line of fire. But you can't shoot through huge or giant. Has no zone of control, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And his attack is slow. It takes 4 action points. Alright, other archer is here. Probably want to move him there. I thought he would have a decent line of sight. He doesn't. There's a tree right in front of him because I'm an idiot. Whatever. Alright, here's Edward, the main dude. Before we move him, let's move our regular swordsman here. We got 3 of them. I'm going to move them here to kind of block this entry. Well, not block it, but kind of cover it. I want to move this guy down here. Move you here, and then we'll take our main guy, Edward, and just bring him back this way. And that'll do it for our turn. Also, if we check here, you can see the range of their attacks. But the question is, how far can they move? And I think it just has to do with the action points. So there doesn't appear to be a separate movement stat, and why would there be? It costs 1 action point to move, so technically they can move up to 5 spaces. But they still wouldn't be able to attack because they wouldn't have enough action points left. That whole thing. Anyway, let's end the turn. Alright, so the enemy, all they chose to do was move this one dude here, and he is right where I can shoot him, which is very nice. So if a unit has enough action points and stamina to attack, 3 action points and 4 stamina are required, then you'll see these attack pointers. I've never seen the attack pointers, so I don't know what that's about. But anyway, as you can see, when you can hit someone, you'll see your chance of hitting as a percentage, and the damage that'll be done. Alright. Of course, the red outline is your attack range, and then there's half the attack range for shooters is this other line. So anyway, again, we've selected our archer, right? So as you can see, we'll do 4 damage. We have a 70% chance of hitting him. So of course. Alright, we did 4 damage. Now that little icon there shows that he got an injury. So he got a broken jaw, which means for 16 days he can't use the following abilities: Poison Spit, Carrion Feast, or Called Poisonous Toad, Skill Cries, and he can't drink potions. So this guy is not having a good day. Really not having a good day at all. Also, he's been attacked, so he has a penalty to his evasion of 1 on this turn. Alright, so if I move my guy up here, as you can see, it's red because I'll be in his zone of control, and the number is red, which means I won't be able to attack. So we're not going to be able to attack on this turn, but we're still going to move in here. And I'm going to move this dude up also. And then this archer could actually has a decent chance of hitting this guy from here. I can't believe it. Might as well. Yeah, 4 damage, and he got another injury. An eye injury for 6 days. That guy, he's in all kinds of trouble. So I can change the way he's facing, but he doesn't have enough action points to move anywhere. Right. Let's move right here with this dude, and then move our main guy. Now, as you see, like, what is this right here? If you right-click, it's a bush. It can be destroyed. It's flammable. So I can destroy this bush to open up here for movement, but obviously I don't need to do that. And, yeah, let's end the turn. Also, I'm sorry, I don't know if the music's been too loud this whole time. I hope it hasn't been, but let's just turn it down a little bit. Alright, anyway. Alright, so you see this guy missed because he's dealing with this penalty to accuracy. So there's a really low chance that he's going to do anything. This guy over here, though, okay, so he's not blocked by the tree, which is good. And you see the tree is on this hex, and if you look here, it'll be transparent, and we can see there. So anyway, what I want to do is take a... If I move here, can I still shoot him? Whoops, I can. So let's move here so we can get the cornflower dust and then shoot it. And we missed, which is not cool. Now that means I can't move anymore because I don't have any action points. Right, so I'm going to move here with Edward, and he has a 100% chance to hit for 5. Also, I could use Gut Shot, which will take 7 stamina off this guy in addition to his the normal damage. So he has 18 stamina. I don't know that it's necessary for us to do that, but we'll do it anyway. Alright. So, we look now, he's got 10 stamina, he's got 9 of 14 health. I think these guys maybe can handle him. Over here, let's see if we can kill this guy. 4 damage, he also has another injury. My God, he's not going to hit anybody. And now he's really not going to hit anybody because he's dead. Also, now, there's going to be a corpse left in that hex. They don't block movement unless you're charging. And if a unit does not have the trait Bloodless, they'll turn into a corpse when they die. If you have the Carrion Feast skill, you can eat the corpse. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? You could also raise it as a zombie if you have the Raise Zombie spell. Fire will destroy corpses. You can destroy them with your weapon. They're flammable, but you can't push them. I have no reason, really, to destroy the corpse. Right. So we're going to move here, and then we're going to move here. And we have this archer. I'm going to go ahead and just move him up there. This guy still hasn't moved. I can't get around these trees anytime soon. So I'm just going to stand here. I think 1, 2, 3. I think they'll still be able to attack. I should probably back up. Alright. Alright, he did 1 damage to Edward. Not happy about that. So, let's start with a shot, I guess. I kind of want to move him into a better position, but I don't want to waste the turn to do damage, so let's just do it. Alright, cool. He also got an injury. Dislocated hand. Alright, sweet. I'm going to move here and then attack. Oh, what? Oh, I forgot. When there's an enemy in the hex, in the neighboring hex, it costs 2 to move, right? But then why did I lose 3? Oh, because I probably turned and then moved, so it was 3? Oh, man, that was stupid. Alright, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, because this guy's going to have to turn, so I don't think he'll be able to attack either, but I just want to test it. No, he can. He only lost 1. I guess, okay, so I guess the enemy has to be in the hex, the neighboring hex from the one you moved from. He moved from over here. He moved into one where there was okay, whatever. Alright. Okay, he's got 1 HP left. I'm not too worried about that guy right now. How much HP? 10 for the dog. Alright, we can do 5 damage if we hit him. And we did. And I want to try to kill him with the archer here. Got him. Okay. And he can just turn, can't move. Alright, over here we can do some damage. Yeah, so if I move here, I'd only have 2 action points left, so that's going to cost me 3. Now, I thought it would cost me 2. That's it. Okay, let's see here. The change of gaze direction. Yeah, that must be what it is. But that's the thing, is he's not changing his gaze direction to move here. He's looking at this hex. So I don't know why that's 2. Why would that be? I don't know. Anyway. Let's just do this. Right, okay, so he already moved, he moved. I mean, he could still technically take another step. That's fine. Actually, 2 more. And you still technically have 2. But that's not enough to move here. And he could technically move, but he's not really gonna get anywhere. Whatever. Just move him now. Alright. I just want to make sure there's no other leftover movement we have. We don't. Okay. Alright, that dude missed. So that's not a problem. Alright, let's go ahead and attack again. Alright, so it takes 4. This guy's got a shot on him. Okay, very good. He's almost dead. Alright, we did 4 damage there, and we've got a broken rib on that guy. So that's very nice. Every turn he's going to lose 4 health. Love that. That dude is dead. Move over here. I'm going to move Edward around here to flank, and flanking is a thing, by the way. I'm going to move this archer here. Right. So, let's see. Now that flag right here, I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know if that's below this guy or if it's above. Okay, it's below. So it's green here. I don't know what that means. Oh, that's morale. Never mind. So this guy has low morale. That's what it means. Okay. Okay, I forgot. Okay, good. Whatever. Can't attack. Can't attack. This guy has 2, but that doesn't mean anything. And yeah. Alright. Alright, that dude had 2 attacks, ended up doing 1 damage. Whatever. Alright, Archer killed that guy. Oh man, we missed. Come on. We're gonna move here and attack. Alright, that's gonna do 5. We're gonna move here. And there you have it. Alright, so here's the victory screen, and you'll see how much XP each individual character got. There's not like a shared XP pool, which I like that. Each individual character is going to get their own XP. Looks like we got some cornflower dust. Yup. We also found gold as a result of the battle. So if we hit continue, we're going to see the world map now. Alright, so mission successfully accomplished. 100 gold, continue. So now it's going to tell you about the world map. Basically, there's nodes connected by paths. You can move the army only to neighboring nodes, and it takes 1 day to travel. Initially, you can only see part of the nodes, but as you travel, you're going to see more and more. And then obviously it's going to tell us up here, this is the current day, the gold in the treasury, the number of units, the visibility of the army. Or no, that's the visibility of the army. This is the morale, that's the number of units. Right. Yes, okay. The active mission is number 2, which is right here. We're patrolling, that's the active mission. Right. 3 is our army, this little token. If you can do a mission at a node, then it's going to show you that exclamation point. The threat level in a random battle shows you right here, like this number. I think those are skulls. And then you'll see the name of the node, and then there's an entrance to an army camp, which is over here, where you can equip and improve your units. So anyway, we can zoom out. Again, you see these nodes now, but there's a bunch of other nodes that you'll discover as you go. Also, you can toggle off relationship and names of cities. But here is an important thing, the marching camp. So when you click on this, you can see your army inventory. All right, so it's just going to tell you all this stuff. I'll just tell you. So we have this cornflower dust. The fact that it's red means this particular character can't use it. No one can use it. It's just an item to sell. But anyway, here's where some really cool stuff happens. If you go to training, like right now we're on Edward. He has 28 XP. If we go to training, you can see that there's 3 tabs. Characteristics, so we can improve once we have enough experience. Remember, each character has their own pool of XP. We can improve individual characteristics for whatever the cost is there. You go to traits, and you can pick up new traits, like Tireless. Unit regenerates 1 extra stamina every turn. Backstab, you get +4 to strength when attacking from behind. And Trader. All prices for products are 5% more profitable. If you go to skills and spells, obviously that's what it means. We can get this skill where you regenerate 8 stamina. Lightning, where you can do 8 magical damage. And during rain, damage is increased by 1, and if the target is in water, it's increased by 3. And then mana burn destroys 10 mana of an enemy, which is pretty cool. And this is going to be different. Well, not characteristics really, but these other things are going to be different depending on the type of unit. They're going to have different prices. There's going to be different traits available. Like this is a swordsman. He can get parry or he can get student. And for skills and spells, there's onslaught. And then that breathing that we already saw. So again, this is going to be the same for the swordsman, but for the archers, it's going to be different. Smoke screen. Traits, we have poison arrows. We have fire arrows. Traveler, sniper, eagle eye. So lots and lots of individual customization for your units, which is really cool. And so I'm a huge fan of that, obviously. Anyway, so you can go back to the world map right here, and you move by just clicking on the next node, and that's how it is. And it says, chance to meet the enemy, none. Danger level, none. Missions that can be completed if you would like to, a patrolling mission. And if you look here, it just tells you it's going to have a difficulty or danger level of 1 and a reward of 100 if we choose to do that mission. So if we move here, you see, hey, there's a new node right there. And as you see, there is an available mission in this location. If we want to do the mission, we can click on, here, start mission patrolling, if we want to do it. Otherwise, we can move on to another node. All right, and right here, there's a town. But we'll have to decide what we want to do first thing next time, because we're going to go ahead and end this first episode right now. But we're going to play, I don't know how many episodes we'll do, but we're going to play this for a while, because like I said, I'm really enjoying it. Before this video, I only put in about an hour, so it's still fresh for me. I'm really enjoying it. And again, this is a demo. You can grab it on Steam. The link will be in the description, so I highly encourage you to grab it and check it out for yourself. So thank you for hanging out. I appreciate that very much. Please hit like and subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you all next time.